right there. Cool. Awesome. Time to weld. A lot. Alrighty, so it's been quite some time, probably, I don't know, it's daytime, I think it was nighttime last time I was recording. I've been working away at the ship. You can see I haven't done anything on the turrets, well, not really much. Large steel tube on accident. And actually these are very annoying because look at that stupid collision volume. That's been driving me mad as I have to keep walking around that. I got, I think, all the hovering thrusters up and running. Yes? Oh, now I do. Yeah, all the hovering thrusters are up and running. I've removed 2 of the back thrusters just to save on supplies. I'm just waiting for motors to build. I actually had to run out there and grab some nickel from an area I mined up. I turned back on the ore detector too. We can actually go ahead and... is this it? No, this isn't it. Just ore detector doesn't show up otherwise when I just do the Shift K thing. It's odd. Yeah, we can go ahead and shut off this ore detector so we don't have the clutter on our screen. Should shut off in a second. Yep, there we go. What else have I done? I've got the cockpit installed and running, got the vent. Still need to set the vent to be depressurized. That way it'll suck air from the outside and put it into the cockpit, which it should be now. Let's take the helmet off. Also, I've noticed that my energy and whatnot doesn't seem to want to go down too frequently. Like my oxygen isn't going down at all right now. It seems like maybe they changed it for the suit so you can leave the helmet on and it won't go down. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, so that's basically the gist of the ship. I'm going to go ahead and install the solar panel as I was mentioning earlier at this point. I think everything should be alright. I'm still missing, you know, the reverse thrusters too. I'm almost done with that one, and that one's also pretty close. As I said, I have in production here some of these very, very slowly building as refineries very slowly process that nickel. Yeah, you can see, very, very slowly they're processing it out. What else? That's about it, actually. Yeah. Type in assembler, we'll grab some of the rotors that we got there. And then, actually, I think I had metal in my inventory? Yeah. We'll go ahead and put in those solar panels I just mentioned a second ago. Let's go ahead and drop them into this one. Arr! There we are. So this ship will have its large reactor, but I'm hoping I'll be able to keep these batteries stocked with more than just that reactor. So solar... Got you, and the first thing we need to put in is actually a construction component. Great! And I moved all the supplies back to the main cargo container instead of this connector. That way they'd be all in one safe spot. There we are. And let's go ahead and stick this in, shall we? How do I want this to go in here? I guess like this. I have completed all the items down there, and a few people have probably noticed right away, like, Sage, you forgot something! Where's your gyroscopes? Worry not, friend, for I... did go ahead and place gyroscopes into this craft at another point down here. There you go. See? Gyroscopes, they're still not finished either. I'm missing a fair amount of stuff. But you can see, got a gyroscope there, and then I got another one stuck on the mirrored side right here. Hahaha. They're pretty damn close to being completed, but I figured while I'm waiting for motors, I'll just work on some of this other stuff. And of course, if I run out of iron or anything, I can go mine more down there. I just went on foot. I didn't take that ship. And I could, of course, tear that ship apart to use its components, but I figured we'll just build what we can. Solar cells and computers, all that fun stuff I need to grab. And of course, a million more motors for everything else. I should, oh wow, that's not going to be able to carry many, is it? Power cells. I should also point out that power cells, I did have enough just sitting inside the base to build the batteries I do have up here, so that was actually pretty easy and not really a hassle at all. Let's go ahead and, where's our solar? There it is. I think we're going to put 2 more on this ship. I'm not sure how much these actually output. I figure a lot of times we're just going to end up with this ship sitting, recharging itself, instead of it always being in use. There we go. And can we move that one more? There we go. So it should be butted up against this one here. It's a little bit of a gap. I think it'll be fine. Let me put it in. Hopefully it's adjacent to everything else. Cool. Girder, solar panels, bulletproof glass. A lot of very simple stuff really to build these. Let's go ahead and put one more in right here. Doopity-da-da. Doopity-dee. Doopity-da-da-dee. I think we need to move it over. It's a bit difficult to place this, actually. Doesn't seem like it's one of the place where I thought it would. There. Okay, aim at that. Right. Not the... Huh? One more. Come on. One more. There. Perfect. Cool. Now we can weld that up. Awesome. And also, hydrogen tanks, I've been burning through those like crazy, I guess, but, of course I can just put them into the actual hydrogen tank, the big one inside this facility. I finally went ahead and actually switched that to auto refill too, so I can just go to that. Really nice and simple like. Oh wait, there was it. I left out the D. I can just do that, and I refill. And then take it back. Nice and simple. I could, of course, take them from that oxygen generator there, but I don't know. I sort of prefer to just take it from the tank. Cool. Alright, well, I'm going to keep working on this. And there we go. Got these done. It's funny, actually. I think it's this one here. Yeah, it's functional, even though it's missing some bulletproof glass. This one's got it, though. And then this one, yeah, also missing bulletproof glass. Now functional! And those dots should fill up in a second. Yeah, they're there. They're slowly filling up. I do like the fact that they seem to have changed solar panels, so it's no longer like, it has to be directly at the sun! These can be pretty much full up, even though they're not pointing directly at it, which is a nice effect. Which means you don't have to have, like, these silly gyroscope systems on all of your ships. I guess that'd be alright if it was the other way around, where you had to have them directly at it, if there was an easier way to set up an automated system to, well, automatically aim them at the sun. But I can't seem to figure one of those out, even though I'm sure maybe other people have. Alrighty, there we go. We got all of our solar stuff up. So now, in theory, those batteries should be ever so slowly charging. Let's actually hop in the cockpit and check, shall we? Hop in the cockpit. I think it's saying energy critical. Yeah, fully charged in 2 days. Dear Lord God. That is not exactly the timely charging we were hoping for, is it? But that does mean it's probably charging. Yes, current input. So it's got input and it's got some tiny bit of output. Cool. And these are all set to nothing click, which means they should be automatic. Awesome. Alrighty, what else do we want to do? Well, let's see how many of those motors have been built. Motor. There we go, 87 of them, awesome. Oh cool, my inventory is actually so full up I can't even hold them all, so let's go to main, and drop off the stuff we don't need, and then back to those motors, and grab some more, and let's also go to our production tab. It's not building anymore, we're going to need more, dear friend. And now, of course, it's going to cook through a bunch of them super quick, because it has been slowly building up more supplies, as it wasn't building those. Sweet Swiss cheese. Sweet Swiss cheese. Yeah, and see those burn through them. As I said before, gonna keep building, gonna keep waiting for more motors to get built, and going to remove that now and put a camera in. Ha ha ha! Right there. That's where it's gonna go. If I had steel plates and a computer on me. Alrighty, while we're waiting for a few more parts to finish, I've just put some stuff into the reactor, so hopefully those batteries will most definitely be charging now. Let's see, large reactor. Yeah, it's definitely outputting. So those batteries should be charging. Let's see how long it says it'll be before 15 minutes. That is not bad at all. And then I actually have put on a hotbar button to disable those the reactor itself, so we can just run off the batteries when we don't want to run with the reactor on. Should be nice. So this is taking 300 years to build these parts. Before I was busy still building the bloody thing, but now it's just, oh, it's driving me mad. So my objective at this point is to find assembler for show on HUD. That's not it. I thought it would show. There's an antenna nearby. I guess we would need to set the antenna in this facility to show it, but we don't have an antenna actually on this facility. So we got to go ahead and find that bloody assembler. That is the oxygen generator. That is our oxygen tank. Or hydrogen tank, I should say. There's oxygen tanks above it and to the sides of it. Assembler to this nicht here. We got some more nonsensical stuff there. These sort of standard bases, well, are very interesting. The fact that, most of the time, they have all these airlock doors when there's no point. Bloody hell, where is the assembler located? There's our construct of our escape ship. Has not really changed at all, because of course, the ship we were working on met a bit of an early fate as we attempted to find more resources. As every other ship we have. Aha, here we are. Cool. Oh, dear Lord God, it already has these on it. With a productivity thing, so it's already faster. Ah, what am I saying? We don't need to upgrade them. We need to upgrade our... It's already upgraded. Refineries, I was going to say. Upgrade our refineries to create more stuff quicker, but it's already got, as you can see here, 2 of the productivity modules on each of them. As well as, let's see, modules. The effectiveness module, which I believe makes, as in, it'll create more out of us. Instead of getting 1 ingot for X amount of supply put in, you'll get 2 ingots, or at least an ingot and some more towards the next ingot. Power efficiency is pretty self-explanatory. Okay, so these have already all been upgraded. Right, guess that's what I get for using a predefined base. I didn't quite know exactly what they provided you with. So there's no speeding this up unless we want to build another refinery. Which, honestly, I don't want to build another refinery. I want to finish this craft. Look at this stupid collision volume. That drives me mad. Nah. Nah. So close. Only another, what, 20 minutes of waiting? What? Oh, God. Well, you saw that, right? I was in the middle of salvaging this bridgeway because I figured with that big ramp right there, what's the point of having another walkway here? And obviously, I've just lost part of it. Let's see if that happens again, shall we? If we cut away this wonderful little support strut right here, will this large segment also fall prey to a fake existence of ground? No, it remained. Thank the maker. It didn't just vanish. Obviously, the reason I'm doing this besides just gathering some supplies is, of course, to, well, spend some time doing something productive instead of just waiting for... Oh, no, not just there. Put it in main storage. Instead of just waiting for the bloody assemblers to cook away and create the needed motors. I mean, it's a bit unfair to blame the assemblers when it's really the refineries that are just working too slow. I mean, I could remove the... not productivity, the other one. The ones that are producing double resources off of them, but I do want my resources to be well used, and, well, I might have a surplus, but at still times, you don't know if you'll always have a surplus of the needed supplies, so I'd rather just have the bloody thing making double. Let's see, have they fixed this yet? No, that little tiny innocent block still instantly gets destroyed when you destroy the block it's attached to. So let's remember to remove the other one on the other side, which apparently I've already removed. Hopefully I was more intelligent about that one. No! Oh, you bitch. No, not again! Frack, you blocks falling through the ground, betraying me. Okay, let's see. How much stuff has been built while we spent time doing that? I hate those damn turrets and their collision volume. Main storage, drop that off. There's actually 2 rotors in here somehow. Okay, I'll take those. Assembler. 56 rotors have been constructed, and it looks like it stopped producing. So once again, let us queue. And it does indeed have the resources needed to construct more at a great rate, too. Fantastic. Like I said earlier, it's really just the refineries that are holding up the process, not necessarily the assemblers themselves. Awesome. So now we have our second braking thruster in. And do we have just about enough? I doubt we do. Nope. We need literally just 100 more. Brilliant. So I'll make sure we've actually queued 100. There. Let us hope we'll have the supplies. Alrighty, ladies and gentle sausages. The time has come. Let's do it. Done. There we go. Fantastic. Everything should now be fully operational. If I've done this right, we should be floating in a second here when I press P. Or we'll just crash. Hopefully we'll float. Okay, so I pressed P and nothing happened. Great. Of course nothing happened. The landing gear isn't actually complete. It's just a random thing. I took a big old chance doing that. I shouldn't have done that. I should have really finished it. I was like, I don't want to have to weld it up and get the supplies. Alrighty. Well, the ship is hovering. That's good. I took out the turrets at the back just because they were driving me absolutely bonkers. The ship is slowly floating downwards. That's what we expected, honestly. Seems like it's floating upwards now, honestly. That's not what we expected, but it's fine. Top in the cockpit. Oh my god, look at our power usage. Okay, it's fine, actually. If you didn't see it, it was like 14%. Let's turn off the batteries. So just with our large reactor, we can give full thrust straight up. And forward. Okay, we only overwrite when we try to go 3 directions at once. Even though right now we aren't. Fantastic. Well, we finally have a functional fracking ship. And actually, I shouldn't have shut my batteries off. Batteries. Okay, so what we should do is have them on and just have them set to recharge. That way they'll just be pulling from the reactor and the solar panels. That way if ever the reactor runs dry, we can just be dependent on the batteries. And we're going to go ahead and use groups. We'll go to the shift 3 where we have our reactors and toggle recharge on and off. So now they'll be outputting and now they'll be taking. Cool. Awesome. And our ship functions. Look, it's functioning. It's not crashing. It's not burning. It's actually functioning. Thank God. Let's go ahead and select our antenna and crank that bad son of a gun all the way up to full. Oh, look at it. We're hovering easy, too. This is fantastic. See, this is why you just build yourself a large ship in the first place. Not a large ship, but a ship with large thrusters. I got all tabbed there for a second, even though I was still only seeing this. That was scary. Alrighty, let's go ahead, take it back down there. I think I'm going to put some landing struts on the back and install the other 2 thrusters. But first, we're going to have a little bit of fun here. We're going to go ahead and select welders and then drills. We're going to select our drills. We're going to do a shift 2, select a 1, switch to our camera. Like I said, the only mod I got on here is this camera mod, my camera overlay mod. That way I can don't have to deal with the fuzziness of the standard cameras. Zoom in, see our escape ship just completely abandoned at this point pretty much. We'll get back to it eventually. What we're going to go ahead and do is hover in here nice and cautiously, watching our speed at the bottom right. And I have started disassembling this area. I'm going to leave the solar farm there. I'm just going to build it all the way back though till it gets to the what do you call that thing? Just to where the solar farm starts. And so I'm doing this, and this camera is, of course, the one I said I'd put in earlier, which is in the sort of middle area. And these 2 grinders appear to grind away just about as fast. Why did I lose contact with that camera? Oh, I guess we probably had a power overload. I've seen that before, where if you get a power overload, it'll kick you out of a camera. That might have happened. So we might have to think about making sure we put in that other reactor at some point. The batteries, I think, will be more than powerful enough once they're fully charged. But right now, a little bit risky without the batteries. Look at this. And of course, as we do this, as I was doing a lot of this by hand, but it was a lot of running back and forth, you can see those large cargo containers are filling up with supplies. Yippee-ki-yay. Oh, this is fantastic. Everything is working. I still need to go ahead and put lights on this vehicle. As you can see, there are currently no lights. The only illumination we have is when we're grinding stuff away. But this is getting us a mountain of supplies that will, well, go to whatever we decide to build next. Now naming this ship. What do I want to call it? I'm tempted to call it the Bob Evans, after the restaurant. Why? Because I'm hungry right now. But that's not a good reason, is it? No, I don't think that's a good enough reason. Let's go ahead. I'll look, just one drill. Let's get a fair bit longer. There we go. What shall we call it? What shall we call it? It's a pretty nice ship. I honestly really like the way it looks. I mean, not so much from the front, but from the back it looks pretty industrious and like it's ready to go. And once I get the other thrusters on, I think it'll look even better. Oh look, the batteries are all fully charged already. Is that really the case? Wow, well, we might as well just go ahead and turn them off from the... No! Why did that happen? Hold on. Let's land it. I'll turn off the reactor. So reactor's off. Okay, I guess it's just the batteries hadn't fully taken over yet. Alright, that was terrifying. That was absolutely terrifying. Let's leave those batteries set to recharge just for the time being until I can, I think what I'll do is get a... What do you call that thing? There's a camera, by the way. What's it called? I can't remember the name of it. Timer block? Maybe not a timer block, Oh, maybe it is a timer block that I have set up to do it. And maybe I can somehow... I can't seem to remember a way to rig it to detect when batteries are almost out of power. But if there was, that would be the ideal way. When batteries get down to like 12%, set them to recharge. Unfortunately, I think the only way to do that is once they're actually out of power, they auto-set to that. I guess the automatic one would do, but I also want it to be toggling on and off the reactor. That way the reactor's not always outputting. Damn. Well, it's just risky. I don't like the idea of depending on that like auto recharge function to suddenly switch on one's reactors. Because the idea is, of course, well, I guess the idea is, of course, they won't switch on the reactors. And for two, if it's just set to auto recharge, I don't think it'll, even if it does drain the battery all the way down, I'm not sure the reactor will ever have time off, because it'll be always trying to recharge it, I think. Maybe not. We can try that. Let's go ahead, select our batteries, and set them to semi-auto. So, sets to charge when stowed at 0, sets to discharge when it is at max. Sweet. So that should work. It should, in theory, give the reactor a little bit of a respite. Hopefully. I don't know, not very much, honestly, because it's still having to produce the power in the first place. And it's not really giving it time for the solar panels to just sit and do their job. And of course, then they're not recharging at all when the ship is sitting still, so it's still not an ideal solution. I think the default mode is, like, if you have nothing set there, they're supposed to be recharging if there's an excess of power. I can't remember exactly. Damn. Alright, well, that's that for this. I think I'm actually going to stop now, since we have a functional ship. I'll probably queue up a few more rotors to be built, that way we'll have them ready when we need them. And, turret-wise, we still don't... Well, I'll put the turrets in there if we need them. For now, I'm going to leave those damn turrets off just because they're so fracking stressful. Let's go ahead, select our batteries, and just set you guys to nothing like that. And in theory, let's select a battery right now. One last check before we leave. Yeah, they're recharging right now. They're fully recharged in X number of seconds. They're sort of sitting, slowly gaining. 13, 12. So they're about, I just jumped to. So I guess it is working as intended. The battery will hopefully only have to output, or the one machine will only have to hopefully output a little bit of stuff to keep things working. What am I trying to say? The reactor. Also, why aren't you locking? There we go. It just went yellow. I turned the camera. Bingo. Cool. So now we can even do our drop-offs. See? Let's see. What all did we gather? Well, we don't necessarily need this stuff, even though we can luckily transfer it from our... Is this full? Please don't be full. From our storage, but we should also be able to go from the cargo container inside our ship, which did allow us to transfer. Cool. Awesome. Some stuff we just can't take out of our seat, I guess, out of our cockpit seat, unless it's now gone, apparently. No, it was in our character. Cool. Alright, well, that's that. Thank you a bunch, ladies and gentle sausages, for watching. I will be back with more working on this. We've got our first constructor-deconstructor ship. We're going to be tearing down a lot of this stuff here, I think, gathering up all the piping and work. Going to work on probably building either a better mining ship than that, or just tearing that down and integrating some of it into here, and then just manually going off and finding the resources we need to mine, and then eventually building out our escape vessel back here, and getting ourselves off this planet and head to Mars to get that obelisk. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you a bunch for watching, and I shall see you guys and gals next time. Whew.